So this winter has obviously been really, I don't know if it's been rough everywhere, but like the north here and maybe it's the Midwest. I don't know, but it's been fucking tough. Well, it's not been that tough. I mean, we live in a modern world. It hasn't been that tough, but it's been like, there's been extreme conditions. And it's like we've been getting like record amounts of snow. We had record cold. And then like all of a sudden the other day it started raining. It's like, okay, after like, we had a month ago had minus 40 degrees and now it's 40 degrees and fucking pouring rain, whatever.
Yeah.
But with all of that, things all of a sudden suddenly start melting, and because the temperatures go up and the rain, and all of a sudden now my room is starting to kind of, or at least it had started to kind of flood, and not just some places maybe over there or whatever. No, it's only directly under me, which feels so fitting in some ways, And
it's very moist.
I mean, not just moist. It was
damp.
No, more than damp. Like there was water above the carpet a bit. Like
holy shit!
Not
you had
like,
your own little pool.
Not inches or anything, but like it was building up more than it was soaking.
You look directly below the camera. It's water.
Just like swimming away.
He's waiting.
He's
right
not
now.
sitting. He's currently like
bobbing.
in the water.
Yeah, it's sort of drying up now a little bit. My feet are still kind of cold because it's still a little damp. And I can't really stick my feet directly on the floor, so if I start just kind of drifting that way, that's why. But the only reason that happens is because there's a drain directly underneath me because it's an old house. I'm in the basement. It has to drain somewhere, And it was fine for the last couple days, but then I didn't really smell anything this morning. But then after I got back from taking a shower this morning, it was like I walked into a sewer pipe. It was horrendous. It smelled so fucking bad. But I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I get smells stuck in my nose. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. It happens. Maybe that's all it is. Or maybe it is just a really smelly room, but it'll go away by the time I get home. I have to go to work. I'm not going to worry about it. And then in the middle of the day, my mom texted me saying that she went in there to check on... there's a dehumidifier that she was trying to make sure it wasn't empty. And then she smelled it too, and she's like, oh, God, so...
I think if the water's up above the carpet, you're beyond the help of a dehumidifier, by the way.
It was already in here, all right? You're right, but yeah. But listen, no, the water wasn't even over there. That's the thing. I hadn't even checked the far. It was a perfect circle around me.
Terry's sad corner.
Yeah, it was my tears.
His wet, sad corner.
I can't cry anymore. And so my mom...
Oh my God.
We'll get into that later.
That was so funny. I can't cry anymore.
I haven't even gotten to the point of the story yet.
I've been waiting for the joke.
And
go on.
So my mom, she opened up the window. She lit a candle. She said she's gonna get a some other sort of machine from my grandma's house. And then when she was texting me that, and I texted her, yeah, it also like when all the water was flowing in my drain. I kind of noticed that it looked like it was sort of building up, and I wonder if there's something there. And so normally she just pours some water down there every once in a while, or I do. Someone does. But then she decided to pour some bleach down there. And so like now I'm jealous that my drain got to drink bleach, but I didn't.
I didn't like that joke. It was kind of sad. It was a little sad. And I think it was a good build-up. However, I'm sad that the punchline was very, sad.
And then the credits are gonna roll. It's gonna be so funny.
Credits.
Oh, I'm not proud of myself much these days, but I was really proud that I came up with that.
That was a pretty good joke. However, it does make me sad that you still want to drink bleach.
All right. Listen.
Terry's just a real sad boy nowadays.
He's a sad boy.
Listen, you're segueing perfectly into my intro because listen,
it's
right
therapy.
Right now, you're listening to the saddest podcast on the internet. Not really, but kinda. By the way, one episode away from catching up with the Brewcast.
We will destroy it.
Yeah.
Unless you guys just pump out a Brewcast episode tonight.
Oh, I'll do it. If
I
can remember the credentials. Brewcast lives.
And we just spent an hour going, subscribe to GoBicker.
Yeah, that's all you say. Subscribe to GoBicker. Subscribe to GoBicker.
We gotta get Rivet, though.
Was he on there a lot? I actually don't even know.
I really don't remember. I could not name a recurring cast on that show other than
Aside
myself.
from you.
I think Kit was there sometimes. You were there toward the end, I think.
Yeah, it's toward the end, yeah.
That show was an entire blur to me. I honest to God don't know what we talked about.
I try every once in a while, as we started catching up, I've kind of started going and looking back at a few of them, and they're really bad, they're really boring, and we don't really seem to talk about much. It's kind of like video games.
Yeah, I really want to go back and rewatch some of those because I haven't actually rewatched any of them, I don't think, ever, because it was such a garbage show.
It's, yeah, like I was shocked when I was like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 minutes in, and I'm like, what? I thought I was like 15 minutes in. This is horrible.
Oh, yeah.
And this show, I'm like, oh, it's already been an hour? Holy shit.
We did like 35 episodes of that show.
38.
38 episodes. I don't know how we made it to almost 40 episodes of that show
know,
in the span of like 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's the thing. It didn't take very much long. There's obviously no effort in.
Well, there's no effort, and we all had time.
Yeah. And now I'm sitting here, like, I spent, I think, probably like 15 hours on the last episode of this show.
Jesus.
And I'll
Damn.
probably do the same on this one.
My favorite part of this show, though, is that I completely forget what we talk about 5 minutes afterwards. So
me
every
too.
time you post it, it's a wild new ride, and boy howdy, that last episode.
Did you already listen to it?
I listened to it while I was at work today.
I forgot about all the crazy shit we talked about, like regarding religion and the
I
afterlife.
completely forgot about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Like
my
I said,
God.
I'm mine like a goldfish. As soon as we're done with this recording, I'm not going to know what we talked about until next week.
Wow.
Gone.
Do you think at this point we should create like a therapy title card?
Fuck, Maya. Yeah, well, yeah, now there is a therapy title card now. I hope you guys really enjoyed me. I enjoyed that. I spent fucking, I don't know, probably way too long making that. Ugh.
Did you not even think about that?
No.
I figured since it's like one of our only recurring themes,
Since Yahoo got
topics.
fired.
Yeah, I miss Yahoo.
I'll bring
Yeah.
it back one day.
So, therapy this week, we'll get into it in a second. It's long, and I also just want to make sure you guys know. You'll probably get the same sentiment as I'm talking about it. I want to make sure you guys know you guys can talk about your shit too if you want. Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't have to, but I just want to. It always feels very self-centered, and so I want to make sure that other people know that this is a safe space and all that.
You're booking us. We're your therapists. This is your time.
This is my crack team. Yeah,
Crack team. Ah!
We're going to crack you open like an egg.
please do. But anyway, so it's gonna be a big one. I think maybe I don't know. And but. Then I want to issue us the challenge of afterwards see just how positive we can be.
I think I can positive circles around you boys. Oh, I love being positive.
Jesus Christ.
I'm so
Maya, you're
excited.
so
I get
weird.
so happy when I get to be like openly like an outward like
Yeah,
I
mean,
love it.
Do it all the time, man. It's
Oh my
not,
God.
It's not a yeah. And I think the reason I thought about this was because, like I mentioned last week, I was talking about Brody Stevens and his whole thing before he died. He'd go on stage and he'd always be like, "Yeah, positive energy, yes, you got it." And I just kind of like that idea.
Of being really positive before you die?
He did this long before he died. Okay, he just also happened to have died recently. Listen, man had his demons.
I completely agree. We should constantly end the episode with a positive note.
Yeah, that's my big thought of putting therapy right at the start here. So let's just get this shit out.
This is going to be the most depressing positive episode you've ever seen.
So I wrote this out in like essay form, sort of messy essay. Like I wouldn't get a good grade on it necessarily.
It's like a rough
And-
draft.
Yeah, sort of. So my thought is I'm just gonna read it out. We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna get my box of tissues.
I'm going to get my
So-
bottle of lotion.
Oh,
By the way,
God.
The way I'm just going past that. I'm not listening. The way I write these therapy notes, it's generally like it seems to happen late at night quite a lot, and I'm always really angry at both myself and the world.
Not even sad, just angry.
It's weird. But so some of this might be more aggressive than I really intend it to be. Just my wording and stuff, but we'll get into that. So I very much feel like I should start this off with an apology because I don't know. And like I don't know if I need to for sure, but with all the bitching and complaining that I do, it just kind of feels like a good idea. And you know, like I'm an oxymoron in addition to being a regular moron. And
Aw,
Absolutely.
you're a moron. I feel like we're the angels on your shoulder, where I'm the one that's like, no, you're a good person, and Chris is like, kill yourself.
I only do it out of love.
Obviously, yeah. But yeah, so it's like an oxymoron in addition to being a regular moron, because like I like doing therapy, but I hate that I have to I force you guys to sit here and listen to me whine about myself for however long every week. And it's like, and other things too. I want my 2 real life friends to contact me, but I'm not going to put any effort in the other way around. And that's also true with online people as well.
I have a counterpoint for that. I'm sorry to interrupt. People aren't going to know that you're going through a lot if you're hiding it, bud.
Yeah,
the only reason we know is because you talk about it. So they're not gonna. Yeah. That's true. They should initiate a conversation, because otherwise they're just not talking to you. But they're not gonna be like, "Hey, you all right, bud?" Unless they know that you're not all right.
I mentioned more of that later.
Okay.
So all the shit I just talked about, I mention it all because I have this just extreme guilt about all of this, and like. And I'm sure all the previous therapies have made that pretty obvious, but like I feel guilty about everything. I feel guilty when I eat because I view any calorie intake as bad. Growing up Catholic means every time I ham my bone, I feel guilty. Really proud of that one, by the way. I feel guilty at restaurants when the food is brought out, and then again when they come to take it away. This is the phrase that goes through my head, which is completely untrue. It's like, oh, this isn't your job. You shouldn't have to clean them after me, when it literally is their job.
Yeah,
it's
they're
weird.
getting paid for it.
Yeah. And then, and I obviously feel extremely guilty right now talking about all this.
Don't. We're inviting you to do it.
We are here to clean up your mess.
Did you invite me, or are you just accepting that on my show that I just started ranting about all my shit?
We're inviting
Spew your
you.
garbage all over me.
But anyway, I think I discovered some of this, at least one possible source of this guilt. It's because listen, it's not a solution. This is just a source.
But if you understand the source, we can come up with a solution.
Maybe. But listen, there's nothing externally wrong. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like I have all this shit in my head, but there's nothing wrong around me. My life, just fine and dandy, you know? Like, I have the easiest job on the planet, I'm pretty sure, and I get to save any of the money I make from that because I'm living at home, and living at home means I'm going to college without any real worry. I mean, like, student debt, but that's like a later issue. So basically, other people have it way worse, and I don't have any reason to complain. So the amount of complaining I'm doing on the show and the amount of like negative shit in my head, it's kind of like, what are you really complaining about though? And then you combine this insane guilt with an immense hatred for myself, super anxiety, uber depression, and that whole dumb thing where I can't stand hearing people eat and all that. It's like,
that's understandable though. Like not to
the degree.
No, I think it's understandable because it is gross. I think it's just like, it might be like, what is the word? It's like when you're overstimulated and like just like people talking can set you off. I think you might, with like anxiety, you might be constantly overstimulated, and eating like with the gross noise might just like set you off.
Maybe.
Which is understandable.
Yeah.
But I think you combine all of that, and I think this is all sort of terminal at this point. Is the realization I came to. It's like, because at this point, it's been over a month straight of me every single day just barely not killing myself. So like, it's March 15th now when we're recording this, and I know this whole thing took a steep turn for the worse on February 5th. And so that's a decent amount of time now. Every single day go, you know what, I'll just fucking do it. And then I don't even know what exactly stops me at the time, but
this is a good podcast.
No, it doesn't. I don't know what it is exactly, but for whatever reason I haven't done it yet. And I really, truly, honestly don't know how much longer this is really sustainable for. And that's really the only thing I take comfort in right now. Because it's like, I keep putting this all in my own hands or whatever. And I say it's terminal because I really don't know if I'll make it to the end of the year. I don't know if I'll make it to my birthday even, it's just like, it feels like the end is nigh. And honestly, that's the one thing I don't feel guilty about, because it's like, well, yeah, because like how I view everything and how I think of myself and all that. And I might have like a week ago, but a few days ago, I was listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast, Always Open. I don't know if you guys ever listened to that or anything.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
they had Rhett and Link on, and it was good, and it was funny. But they got a call from this one girl who said that her friend of 12 years was, I guess, breaking up with her. I don't know how to word it better, but they were kind of going their separate ways.
Right.
And the friend's reasoning was that the girl was too negative, and the girl mentioned that she had gone to this friend because, she could, for like comfort and advice and whatnot. And so obviously I compared this to doing this and doing therapy and whatnot, and I thought, fuck, like one of my constant fears about doing this and talking about any of this, it came true with this person. Like they were too negative for too long, and the other people went, nah, fuck that. And the girl went, and she left. And so then obviously now more nervous than usual and feel more guilty than usual doing this, because it's just like, yeah, I mean, how long until it happens to me then?
I have something for that.
Okay.
And I can't speak for Chris, but so from what me and my friend Madeline have experienced, we've been that thing has been happening. Clearly, it's not been like a friend of 12 years. But me and Madeline have this one friend that has like extreme depression, and she's like ready to kill herself at any second, which is like terrifying. The one thing that we are really tired of and dislike is the fact that she only comes to us when she's upset and wants to complain. So in our eyes, she's only negative. But you're different because you talk to us even when you're not like completely negative. You're not talking to us, talking about all the time. Like, you don't initiate every conversation with, hey guys, want to fucking kill myself. You know what I mean? Like,
nearly though.
I would be completely, well, she's changed this. She hasn't been like this in a while. But at that time, Madeline and I were like fucking pissed. We were outraged. We didn't want to talk to her at all because she would only talk to us about her own problems. She wouldn't listen to our problems, and she would just like always bring it back to her, which was like the thing that we were getting annoyed with. And she never even like asked to see how we were. It was always just immediately like, I have problems. Let me listen. Let me vent. And I'm not going to listen to any of your input, because whenever we gave any input, she would just completely ignore it.
Yeah, I mean, apologize, I'm dying.
Boy.
Like I said, high on paint fumes. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Maya's point. I mean, it's not like it's exclusively everything where, I mean, there's jokes about like, oh, I want to kill myself, but it's not like every other word out of your mouth is just like, I'm gonna put a gun in now.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's never bothered me. I know a lot of sad people, so I'm used to people being sad. I attract sad boys. So
Yeah. Well, that's good, I guess.
You're fine. I don't care. I've dealt with you this long. Yeah.
And you talk to us about other stuff than just wanting to die all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also could have just been like that. At that point, we were both just like really frustrated with this person in general. Like it could have been like entirely unrelated to the fact that she was negative all the time. But I can understand when somebody you're around a lot is constantly negative, it can have a negative impact on your own life.
Yeah.
So that might be why that person left their friend. And it's like maybe they were also falling into like a bad mind juice area.
Mind juice.
Yeah. So, like, they were like, listen, I gotta take a break. I can't keep thinking like this. Like, maybe they were also, like, they were having very negative suicidal thoughts. When it starts to, like,
spiral other people, I guess.
Yeah.
Or, like, if you don't want to be around with that kind of attitude. Because I can understand that.
Yeah. I think it's understandable to be like, hey, I think we should, like, stop for a little bit, stop communication or whatever, or, like, stop talking about this specific thing. Because, like, I'm personally not in the right mindset for it. And then once you figure out your own shit, then you can go help other people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The real trick with all of that then is making, like, right now I can be like, yeah, okay, but then later tonight, once all this is blown over tomorrow or whatever, I gotta be able to convince myself that all of that is true, and not just you guys just not being assholes, being decent people.
I mean, I'd say Chris and I are both assholes, but
I wouldn't.
We both still stand by it.
But I don't know. I feel like if I'm not around, if I'm dead now, finally,
no,
then please don't be dead.
Then none of that, none of this at all is an issue anymore. Because if I'm gone, then I'm doing myself and everyone who has to deal with all this shit.
That's not
issue.
true.
That's
It is.
That's
It
not
is.
true.
It's fucking true, and you fucking know it. That if you don't have to
No,
listen to
it's
someone
not
bitch
true
and
at
complain
all.
all the time, you're better off. You get this fucking this negative shit out of here. It's better.
Counterpoint to
Okay.
you killing yourself. If you see therapy and you get some good medicine that makes you happy,
Get some
happy
good
medicine.
mind juice.
Get some good serotonin juice, dopamine rather.
We're just gonna put him asleep. Just gonna make him sleep all the time. He can't be sad.
Oh, that's melatonin. What the fuck?
There's too many tonins.
So if we get you that good dopamine, serotonin, whatever the fuck the happy juice is.
We're just gonna give you all the juice.
If we get you that, then you'll be happy most of the time. Not all the time, and that's understandable.
Yeah,
because it's not
sure. No, yeah, no, I know.
It's not realistic to be happy all the time.
Yeah. But like at the same time, if I'm gone, I don't have to worry about the direction my life's going and how I don't like it, and nobody has to hear me bitch about that either. And additionally,
that's because you won't have a life, and that's bad.
No, it's good.
And
it's
as we talked about in the last episode, we don't know what we'll be reincarnated as. So you gotta keep that in mind.
Well, no, I have the benefit. I don't believe in reincarnation.
Well, you're a Catholic boy. You're
you're
Catholic
gonna go
boy.
to you're gonna go to the sad,
suicide is
sad
the-
pit
No,
downstairs.
hellhole.
I was raised Catholic. I don't know.
I was raised Catholic.
Are you ready to spend
Listen.
an eternity with damnation in
If
hell?
you still feel bad about
No.
eating your meat, you believe to some extent you're either going to heaven or
Yeah.
hell, buddy.
Yeah.
That Catholic guilt.
Maybe I'm a good enough person where I'll end up in purgatory, and then that's not great, but it's not eternal
It's not great, but
damnation.
What if in purgatory you just felt the same as you were alive, but you can't kill yourself?
I mean, it's a risk I'm willing to take. That's the thing.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, maybe it shouldn't be, but like, I don't, it's just I can't see the benefit the other way. That's my biggest thing. There's like,
I think you can't see the benefit the other way because your brain juice is all tapped out of serotonin, doggy dog.
no, because it's like I look at my life, I look at where it's probably going, all things considered. I look where it's been as kind of a reference point for that, and I don't like it. I have a bit about this. Let me just get back on script because I address all this shit. I don't know if I should have put this here, but I'm gonna say it now anyway. So it's like, and I run experiments every once in a while. My most recent one was only a few weeks ago, and it's like if I'm messaging someone a lot, and I find myself initiating conversation more than not, I'll just stop all communication and just see what happens. And more often than not, nothing. And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And it's like, it's radio silence. I'm like, all right, mark that down as expected. So it's like, it's just another one of these dumb things that I keep doing that are probably the reason why I've lost friends in the past, and why I'll probably lose more in the future, and why I'm just kind of don't like all this shit. And I think all the stuff I've mentioned now so far is the biggest reason why I haven't bothered with therapy yet, because it's like, yeah, one thing is I don't really know where to look, but then like I mentioned last week, my teacher sent me an email with some shit about the university counselor, but like how good is a free university counselor? Probably not great.
I mean, probably pretty good, because if no one's
Probably
committing
better than
suicide
nothing.
around your school, yeah, it's better than a fucking 12-year-old and an alcoholic.
But here's the thing, and I could do further research from that even, and maybe find somebody who'd be great, but I don't want to, because I don't want to keep on. I always see people talking about then like what kind of thing we're talking about, taking the initiative to turn your own shit around, and like I'm just tired. Like I'm tired and I'm weak, and I just don't fucking want to. One big thing I keep thinking about, and I go through every aspect of my life, and I'm like, all right, when the fuck do I get a win? Like, why the fuck do I keep losing at everything I fucking it up in some fucking way? That's one thing I can't get over. And so it's like when people say, "Oh, no, don't," just I'm like, well, why the fuck not? I mean, like, I can't see a future where it's worth me sticking around. That's my big thing. And maybe it's just all me, but
Something to that point, I can kind of speak of from my experience as someone who fucks stuff up a lot, and I mean a lot.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got like right now, I'm at a decent point, but I know what you're talking about when it's like it seems like everything like YouTube, GoBicker, all that, it's not going anywhere. That seems
Yeah,
like
well,
it's a
yeah,
fuck
and
up.
then I'm like, oh, and in college, I'm fucking off with the major because I hate it, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, and like weight loss is completely stalled, and now I have a fucking eating disorder. I guess. Like, I'm sick of it.
Like, I mean, I know what you're talking about. Like, I've been to those points, and I've seen those things. But it's one of those things where it's just like you gotta kind of sit there and be like, well, shit happens, you know. If you don't like your major, find another major. Buckle down.
Well,
you know, sometimes you gotta take advantage. Like, grab life by the ass.
But that's what I was saying before. I'm tired of it now.
Well, I mean, you know, it's life. You get tired of stuff. Figure it out.
But it doesn't. I don't have to do it though. That's.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I really don't.
I'll fucking kill you.
Maya, are you all right?
I might have broken the record for first episode where co-host cries.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't. It's like, no, it's not your fault. It's like, I don't know how to word it. It's definitely not your fault. It's because I don't know. It's like, it's because I went through all of this, and it's so sad to, like, know that you feel this way, and you feel, like, that hopeless, and it's like, it's just sad.
I don't know why this episode... It feels a lot more real. I don't know why, if it's just because you have all the shit written down. But
I think it was last night, I took my notes, organized it in a way, put it all out there, and decided maybe I should finally quit beating around the bush in some of this shit and just fucking put it out there.
Yeah, and like, Chris worded it really well, because it does feel like way more real, and like, because while you were talking about it, when I started crying, is because I like started imagining like, what would life be without Terry, and it was like really sad, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, even like, I don't know, like we've all become good friends through all this. I mean, I would honestly, I've joked about it before, like all my internet people. I do consider all of you, like, I mean, you, Maya, Kit, everybody. This is probably one of the closest group of friends I've ever been a part of. You know, I'm very glad to have had it. I mean, yeah, it does. It makes me sad. I will say that. If you weren't here, you know, that shit does make me sad, you know, to think about. You know, I like you, and I like doing this. Now, even if it doesn't go anywhere, I mean, that's part of like what I said. You know, shit happens, I mean, that's life. I enjoy doing this because I enjoy doing it. I don't care if we have 32 subscribers or 32 million.
Yeah,
you know,
if we were doing this for fame or money, like,
I enjoy sitting down with this every week.
I do realize that. I mean, even famous people, you know, Rob Williams, Anthony Bourdain, you know, those are big people who had everything going for them, and they still did it. But it's like, I realized there has to be more, and that's why I mentioned that win thing, where I'm like, okay, but like nothing, though, like nothing can work out. That's what got me. I
think people just really do like have bad, like, people have bad days, people have bad weeks, people have bad months, like
years.
It's possible for people to have just bad years.
Yeah,
I mean, this bad decade, this bad life. That's what I'm. That's my thing, though, and that's what's worn me down so much.
You have to take into consideration, though, like, it's not going to stay awful forever. Like, it can't. Like, I genuinely don't think how it could stay awful forever. So you say, what was your middle point again? You were talking about it, like either in an earlier episode or something. Like, you have like a middle point where it's like you don't really feel anything. Like, can you imagine how great it'll feel? Because everything that goes down must come up, and everything that goes up must come down. So it's like you're gonna have such like an elated period of time, and it's like if you kill yourself, you're never gonna experience it. You know, you're never gonna experience your happiest moment.
I would like for it to come sometime sooner rather than later, though. You know.
I mean, sometimes you don't have control over that shit.
Yeah, it's true.
But that's why if I just fucking take shit in my own hands, then it's like I do have control of this. I can.
Yeah, but there's better ways to take control of it. Is the point we're trying to make?
I can be done feeling miserable constantly for years on end.
Yeah, you can do that by seeing a therapist.
But I don't. It's like I don't want to.
Well, I mean, sometimes you got to do stuff you don't want to do in order to make.
That's my
better.
fucking life, though. That's my issue. It's constantly like it's nothing that bad. That's why I talked about the guilt earlier. But it's like there's nothing that I like, really. I mean, that's like a depression thing, really. I know I'm like that's the thing. I'm aware of it. I can still look on this from the outside and be like and comprehend parts of it. But like but at the same time, I do know that shit is still definitely not going the way I'd like. And if it would just like my whole idea about the 25 idea where it's like things just have to look like they're going in the right direction, I'm like, why the fuck do they not even? It's like there's not even a hint of that right now, and why is Why has it never been that way?
You've still got half a decade left.
Yeah, maybe fate was like, all right, I'll take my time.
Yeah, but why fucking have? Why does like I just have to fucking beat me down so hard for so long before? Like
everybody's gonna reach their lowest point, and it's gonna be tough on everybody. And sometimes people just like end it because they're done. That's an awful thing, but sometimes they just don't have the willpower to keep going, and it's sad. But everybody who has almost killed themselves, I don't know how to word this, but like speaking from experience, once you get help and once you like get out of that bad mindset, like the world becomes like, I don't know how to word it, but it feels like everything was in gray, right? And then everything's just like bam, full of color. Yeah. And it's like, and you find things you're passionate about that you didn't think you were before. Like, fucking, I never knew that I loved flowers so much as I do now. Like, I love flowers more than anything. And I didn't know that. And I didn't care about anything, when I wanted to kill myself.
Yeah.
So you get passionate over dumb shit.
The thing is, like, I know what Maya's talking about, and I think anybody can get to that point because, last year I went through a lot of this shit. I mean, I hate that. I kind of see what you're talking about when you're like, I don't like talking about my own depression because I just feel like an asshole.
But like that's the thing. You went through some actual shit though, and that's what makes me feel even more guilty about it because I'm like, oh, I have nothing.
Well, I mean, like, the thing is, there's different kinds of depression. Like, I think you have like chemically triggered, chemical imbalances in your brain, which is why I think you need to go see a doctor and a therapist so you can get that shit fixed. I don't think you're going to be able to fix that shit by sitting there sniffing flowers. I managed to crawl out of mine by doing stuff like finding new things to do. I got into jeeping, I got into off-roading, stuff like that. That pulled me out of this shit. And I know exactly what Maya's talking about when it's like you go from a world of gray to a world of like color. And because I can tell like triggering points to when that happened. It's like very early this year when I started buckling down. I sat down. I decided when this year started that I wasn't gonna be a sad asshole. I spent last year really from July until about mid-January. I was depressed. Mm-hmm. I was real sad. I mean I don't know like scientifically to what extent, but I mean it was hard. There was a lot of time where, I wasn't getting sleep. I did have fucking bad thoughts that I don't like thinking about and going back on. And I mean, there was a lot of moments where I can kind of relate to some of the stuff you're saying. But I mean, it's like for you, like my shit was always, that shit was triggered by, events and people and things like that. Yours, I think, honestly, like I said, it's chemical. It's something natural going on. And I think like really the only way to fix that shit is going to be to go to a doctor or going to be to go to therapy. I mean, it's like you're sitting there like, well, I don't want to do that. It'd be so much easier just to end it. But at the end of the day, it's like, that's a depression. That's the chemical imbalance and all that talking.
I think sort of.
And I think if you actually went and got physical help about this kind of thing, you would see that there is a difference, because once you do kind of see that light at the end of the tunnel, and I mean,
it gets so much better when you get that little spark of hope back, like because it goes missing for a while, but like as soon as you get that spark of hope back, like all of your willpower is just like, oh my god, like what was I thinking, what was I doing?
Yeah but at the same time, I don't want to be content with just shit though,
You don't have to.
You don't have to be. I'm not saying be content with it. I'm saying go and proactively seek help for it.
As far as I can tell.
Here's the thing. Even if you don't like how your life is going right now and you get the help and you don't want to kill yourself, your life doesn't still have to be going this direction. Like you'll get the motivation to do things again.
Yeah. The depression takes away your motivation to do anything.
Exactly.
It takes away your drive to do anything, to want to do anything. That's part of why I quit doing the podcast, quit doing GoBicker and stuff like that last year. I lost the motivation to do that kind of stuff, because, I was depressed. I came to a point where I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to sit around the house. I wanted to sit here behind my computer and browse Reddit. I wanted to sit in bed. You lose the motivation to do stuff because you're depressed, because your brain's like, you're a very sad boy. It's a natural response. And once you finally climb out of that, once you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think for everybody, I really do think for everybody that it is possible, you kind of everything starts to kind of click into place, and you'll get the motivation to make the changes that you want. And once you start making those changes, things start getting better. Everything just kind of falls into place. It's just the first thing is trying to get to that light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, sometimes sometimes it takes, physical stuff that you do. Sometimes it takes, like chemical stuff like drugs, not like, heroin or anything, but like, legal shit, therapy, stuff like that. So sometimes you have to take measures like that.
And I completely understand where you're coming from with the whole, like, well, I have nothing to be sad about. Like, my life is good and this and this and that. That's just, like, gonna happen. I probably think, honestly, everybody who deals with depression goes through that. But you also have to realize, like, not everything is, you know, peaches and flowers. You're not saying that your life is worse than anybody. You're allowed to be sad.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't, and I know it's hard to accept it, but you shouldn't feel like you aren't allowed to be sad because other people have it worse. Everybody's allowed to be sad.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it's over. You know, it's a natural thing to be sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in a lot of ways, I think even depression is natural in a lot of ways, but
yeah, it is. I mean, it really is. It's a natural, and you know, it's a natural response, or you know, a chemical imbalance, stuff like that. It's all natural. Yeah. It's perfectly fine to be sad in a perfectly normal situation.
However, I do think that seeking medication is a good alternative because, you know, I think the reason why we have like a lot more cases of depression is because we live longer than we used to. You know what I mean? Like, back when people only lived to fucking 30, I don't think they really experienced a lot of depression because they didn't know what the fuck it was.
Well,
but
isn't there a whole thing that, like, they didn't actually only live till 30, that just, like, there was so much, like, infant mortality that, like, it just skewed.
Yeah, the average got dropped down because of,
really?
Like, that was because that's why families used to have, like, 40 children.
That's true.
Because only, like, 2 of them would survive.
Yeah. But anyway, I know what you mean. Yeah. And well, it's like, just this, there's been less and less stigma about talking about it. And I get that.
Which is
good. I think that's good.
Yeah. I think you should, under the wonderful GoBicker health plan that we have here.
I really do. It's hard.
I think
I think the hardest part about getting better is seeking help. I think that's probably one of the hardest things. But it's as soon as you get over that step, you're like, well, I could do that. I might as well do this. You know, like if I could do that, I can do this. It slowly helps build up your motivation and willpower.
And I mean, there's no harm in it at all. I mean, therapists isn't gonna be sitting there like, you fucking loser.
Yeah, like
no, I know. No, like, yeah, I know it's not like I was saying, it's like, I know it's not a bad thing. It's not completely out of reach. But I can't convince myself that this is the life that I want to live and I want to keep in and I want to keep going on.
Here's the
like
thing.
It.
If you personally do not have the motivation to seek help, and you have to tell somebody, like a parent or something, like at least one person.
You know what they'll do though? They're like, oh, well, here's the number. You go ahead and deal with that then. I'm like, I'm not doing that. No, that's one of the many reasons I haven't told my parents at all. Because it's like, I know they're not going to be any help. Because they're never any help with this kind of thing.
Well, you don't necessarily know this though.
I know I do. No, this I do know. Yeah. No, this is not even this isn't even my dumb brain shit. This is just like this is just the fact of how this household runs. And then maybe they'll be like, well, have you tried praying? I'm like, listen, you bitch.
Here's the Bible.
Listen, you bitch.
What is that?
Yeah, what's that hissing?
Yeah. Oh.
Why did it pick it up so clearly?
I don't know. It's the same place it always is, just down in my lap.
That's what all the hissing was last episode.
Was there hissing last episode?
Yeah, I thought it was like your microphone screwing up. I thought I was gonna.
I'm running out of things to play with.
It's fine. It's not that big. It only happened occasionally.
It's better than a knife.
It's better than the constant clicking, because that just annoyed me as a person.
But you've gotten sadder since I've stopped the clicking, so I think deep down. Little ASMR for you.
This is gonna be the thing that drives Terry over the wall and he sends it. The clicking. Chris, you know what we have to do? We have to give Terry a ton of compliments so that he can
listen, I feel really horrible and guilty about that too. You don't. That's the big thing. Like, so sure, it's I have nothing to complain about, but it's all brain shit, blah 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 blah. But also, I'm already. It's like you guys are already doing me a huge favor just by sitting here and listening to me, and I don't think I can.
And I don't think I can articulate.
Hold on, I'm not done yet. I don't think I can articulate enough. I don't think I can articulate enough just how much just doing this means to me. So that and if you guys are gonna fucking start doing other shit on top of that, it's like you already don't owe me anything. I feel like at this point I already owe you more.
No,
so don't worry.
The only thing that we would want in return for this is for you to not kill yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is the only thing that you owe us. You don't even owe it to us. You don't owe us anything, but we just don't want you to kill yourself.
Fucking kill yourself. I don't want
So
Kit to be my
if
boss.
you have the
He scares
mentality,
me.
if you if you have the mentality of like, listen, I owe them, and it's like I'm just indebted and I have to do a ton of shit for them.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we only have that one stipulation.
You know what it is? You know why that is? I think because I take the golden rule very seriously. I feel like
What's
everything
the
needs to
golden
have
rule?
equal exchange.
You don't know what the golden rule is.
Do unto others.
You're
do unto
5.
yourself or whatever. So I'm like,
I didn't know it was called
Eye
the golden
for an
rule.
eye.
Yeah, an eye for an eye type of thing. Yeah.
God.
And so I'm like, so yeah, treat others so you want to be treated. So that's why,
Yeah.
like, strangers, I generally, I don't want to fucking talk to you. I don't want you near me. Leave me alone. And like, so like, even before I had this dumb maybe eating disorder thing, I never ate in public because I didn't want to hear other people eating. So I'm not going to inflict that on other people. And so now the same thing applies here. I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything for you guys. So you guys shouldn't have to do anything for me because I haven't done my half of the bargain, you know?
I was thinking of it in just a way like, not necessarily like do to others what you want done to yourself. It's more of just like just be a good person. Just be nice. Don't ask for anything in return. Just do things out of the kindness of your heart.
Yeah, I guess I'm sure that's how some people live, but that's not how I live. So I can't comprehend it.
Yeah, you gotta
you know?
remember Terry's weird.
Whether I have all this shit or not, I'm weird in other ways. You know. Always had a big stupid brain. Hate it so much.
But it's a big brain, dude.
No, it's that's the other thing. It's really fucking not.
You're
I'm a
smart boy.
fucking ding dong.
You're street smart.
Yeah, this boy could survive in the hood.
I'm just a fucking idiot through and through.
No, you're not.
I'm really seriously. No, I am.
You can say it all you want, I won't believe it. Jesus, what'd you do?
Just hit my dick with a fucking.
you what?
Just hit my fucking dick with a fidget spinner and I hurt. There's your episode title, Terry.
Hit my dick with a fidget spinner.
That's a good one. So I have 2 more things.
Okay.
Considerably less sad. One of
That's
them might even be positive. I'm not sure.
Right.
Don't get your hopes up. Well, maybe you do. I don't know.
My hopes are
so
always
one
up,
weird thing. So
especially for you.
over the last like week. Okay, thanks. I was listening to. I read Reddit posts of other people who are suicidal, and I've looked at a bunch of like people's suicide letters that they post on like Facebook and everything, and look at the comments in those, and I'm just kind of like, I think it's kind of like me trying to look in other people's situations and shit. And I watched some TED Talks, and it was super weird as I watched one where this guy described this whole kind of thing as like a hurricane in your mind, which was super weird because that's exactly how I described it in one of an earlier draft of these notes. Because it was like that 1 week a few episodes ago where I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm fine. That was like the eye of the storm. Everything was calm, and then the storm kept moving, and then it got way fucking worse.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it's gotta be the end eventually.
That's true. It can't keep going forever.
But here's the issue. It's an eternal hurricane that'll never fucking end, and it constantly tortures me.
I don't think was it around when you were an infant baby?
Probably. Do you remember being an infant baby?
Oh, I refer to infant babies. Those are 5-year-olds in my mind.
Oh, I don't remember anything
I need
past.
to
You
look
don't
up the
remember being
GoBicker
yesterday.
5?
one.
I don't even know what day of the week it is.
Dude, I don't remember the last episode of this show that we do.
No, I
That's fair.
remember because I just spent a week with it.
I'm very intimate.
So there's that. I thought that was really weird. And then another thing, I watched a different one where he was talking about how, and then I think you mentioned this earlier, is how depression desaturates everything. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck. Because when you were messaging me earlier this week, which I really appreciated as well.
I felt bad that I didn't do it in the last few days because I was like crazy fucking busy. I had school and work.
That's fine.
I felt bad.
You're right. Again, you don't fucking owe me anything.
No, I do.
You don't.
Too bad.
And so I just thought it was so weird that these 2 separate people had the 2 exact same wordings as of all these ideas as I did. That was wacky weird.
It's wacky tobacco.
I mean, but it's the way this stuff works, though.
Well, sure, but it's like the fact that they described the exact same with like the same wording. I was like, whoa, it's crazy, man. And so yeah, this is kind of a jokey thing, but it's like this is something that even happened, even I think maybe happened today, even. So and like so I don't want to get ahead of myself because my biggest fear. As long as I'm alive, is that I come off as arrogant or cocky or full of myself, and I just hate that type of person so much. Like it's one thing to love yourself and all that bullshit, but it's another thing to just be like, I'm the best.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. But but I'm either more attractive than I realized or way uglier, and I'm not exactly sure.
No, you're very attractive.
You're beautiful.
It's not what it's expecting. Okay. But like, so like on a few separate occasions, including maybe today, I catch people taking a peek-a-poo, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on there?
Terry, you're an attractive man.
All joking aside,
you are a very attractive man.
You're not bad looking. You're not a turd.
Your face is really
If
smooth.
I was gay,
quote unquote if.
Big if. We all remember the New Year's stream.
Exactly.
I don't remember the specifics, but I'm sure we said something.
I have the file.
Oh, I do, yeah.
We can reread it.
Oh, that thing, yeah. Boy, are you gonna die?
We might lose 2 members.
No, I'd cry harder
cry
than
again.
I cried during the
I
podcast
feel
today.
so fucking bad that you cried.
No,
I didn't expect that.
no. Listen, if anything, it should show how much even the idea of you being around made me
true.
upset.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I know that your brain is like, no, nothing they say is true. But it's
brain-
like, clearly you really do care a lot, to me at least.
Yeah. I don't know how to process that. I'll figure it out when I'm editing this.
Yeah, it's
I'll
understandable.
listen to it again and go, oh, okay. But then another thing, so a couple weeks ago, a friend of mine he started using Tinder and everything, and you can't send people your like other people's profiles unless you have an account yourself. So I made a new one and just took some really shitty pictures, but like I actually got matches like pretty quickly.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I was being picky too. That's the thing. Like, I wasn't serious about it. I was just looking.
Yeah, you weren't just like
to look.
swiping right on everybody.
Because I've given up on all that shit. But but like I was like, oh, that's and I just kind of realized at that point, and then over the last couple weeks, having people fucking look at me, I'm like, I have no fucking clue what I look like right now. Like, like
you look like a babe magnet, dude.
Beating the chicks off with a stick.
Yeah.
Tell all the chicks that. And I re-deleted Tinder and everything. But like,
Too many women.
I hate it. It's just I don't like it.
It's understandable.
But I was just like, I guess I'm a fucking babe, but I just objectively, without ignoring all my brain shit, couldn't like I knew what I looked like fat, so I was like, I'm like just some fat guy. I don't know. But now that I'm less fat, it's just like I don't know. It's just wacky weird. I don't know.
Wacky tobacco.
No, you're a very attractive man, Terry.
I mean, tell literally everyone I've ever met that.
Yeah, I'll tell all the people that are checking you out, and they'll be like, yeah, he is. He's an attractive man.
Well, apparently, like, Tinder and, like, all these babes that are, like, macking up on you.
That's what Chris wants to do to your butthole.
Oh, God. You said butthole, too.
That just made me uncomfortable. That made my tongue uncomfortable.
Hey, little buddy. You all right? So, that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for not laughing me out of the room. Yeah, no, I appreciate that I have an opportunity to do this here, even though I'm not exactly sure how much it'll help. Like okay, we're going back a second because I did have one note that I kind of skipped over. Like I see a lot of people mentioning that just talking to somebody, blah blah blah. That'll it's a weight off your shoulders, and I think it is in a lot of ways. But what makes me concerned is that like what if I think this weight might be a little too heavy for anything to go positively at some point, but. We already kind of went over all that shit. So yeah. An update to the Spoiler stuff from last week.
Oh,
Spiders?
A day or two after the last episode, we were talking about spiders just kind of sneaking up on you. Yeah, there was one just like right the fuck there. Like I might even have been editing as it fucking rolled up. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Rolled up. It's like, sup?
So dude. Sup? And it was just like gross.
I haven't seen the van spider. It makes me feel good.
That makes you feel good?
That's good.
Well, yeah, because I haven't seen it, which means hopefully it's gone. I haven't seen any evidence of it. I haven't seen any webs.
Okay, yeah, because like last week you hadn't seen it, but you were also terrified. So
well, I hadn't seen it. I had seen evidence of it.
Oh, okay.
Which is what scared me more.
Right.
This week I just haven't seen any evidence, which I'm fine with.
Good.
No new webs have been woven. I opened up the center console, looked around in there, poked around in there. There's a lot of crap in there, so it could have been hidden. I think the spider has vacated or moved to the back, which I'm fine with. If he wants to live in the back of the van, that's cool. As long as he's behind that barrier, I'm fine with that.
I just realized that me asking what you're happy about it, that goes against the rest of this episode being positive. I shouldn't have questioned you being happy. I should have been
I am happy.
I should have been supportive. God damn it.
I'm not happy. I'm sad about it. I haven't seen my spider friend.
We're gonna go get waffles and he's gone.
No.
I'm so fucking glad that thing's gone. I was so terrified. I don't like creepy crawlies, and I don't like creepy crawlies that can get to me while I'm driving a giant brick down the interstate at 80 miles an hour.
Right.
I apologize for my click-clacking earlier, Terry.
Yeah, I noticed, yeah.
The reason why is because I had just like a fucking tsunami of emotions just go through me right now. Because here's one of the things that I've been like really cautious of and aware of. And I know when people are ready to kill themselves and they're like, this is happening, there's no changing my mind, they get very, like, emotionally close. Like, they'll, like, express how much they love people.
Yeah, they get kind of happy almost, yeah.
Yeah, so I am really, really aware of this, and I try and, like, keep an eye on if my friends have been very, very sad, and then suddenly they're, like, super happy all the time. I'm, like, I always make sure to check in on them and make sure they're doing okay. One of my friends just said, Maya, I love you. And I was like, oh my god. I said, and I quote, I love you too. What's wrong? Are you okay? And she said, Mads told me to confess my love. Yeah, I'm fine. And then I was like, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. I thought this was, and then I immediately was like, holy shit, is she confessing, like, does she love me?
Jesus.
Which is even worse because she has a boyfriend. That's one of my good friends.
Are you gay or are you killing yourself?
She is bi, so that's why I was even more like, holy fuck. Oh my god, what's happening? No, apparently it was a joke, I think. Or she was just expressing... I think because she said Mads told me to confess my love, so I sent that to Madeline, and Madeline said, yeah, it was a joke about flowers. I don't know what that means. So I just went through, like, a wave of emotions.
Right, yeah.
I thought my friend was going to kill herself, and then I think she's trying to cheat on me she's trying to cheat on her boyfriend with me. It was so freaky. And then I panicked, like, a lot because I accidentally sent a screenshot of what she sent me to a group chat on Skype that has her boyfriend in it.
That's why we don't have Skype.
It has her boyfriend in it. Well, here's the thing. It's safer to do that than to accidentally send it to her over text message, all right? It's safer to send it over on Skype because she isn't in that group chat. However, I sent it to the group chat that her boyfriend is in, and I was like, oh my god. So I'm hoping right now, I said, this is friendship love, right? And she said, pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Madeline said that. Pretty sure. So I don't know if she's like, what would I fucking do?
Well, if she has a fucking boyfriend, I'd hope you'd be like, nah, dog.
I mean, yeah, clearly. But like,
Monogamy, not Mormon.
would I be like, would I tell Ben? Would I be like, hey, Ben, I think your girlfriend loves me?
No. Man.
Okay.
You probably, I think you talk to the person first. Be like, hey, are you sure you want to fucking
You
do
have a
this shit?
boyfriend
Yeah.
that you're in love
I'd
with.
sort that out first. And then, I mean, I think you should probably encourage that person to tell the significant other.
That's
Because,
true.
like, there's obviously some issues there that they need to work out betwixt themselves.
Betwixt.
I love betwixt. I love it. And so, if the significant other is never informed, that's probably not a good thing. But if if the other significant other doesn't do the informing, it's also probably not good.
Yeah.
Not
That's a
that
good
I would
point.
fucking know shit about shit, but no. Positive energy.
Let's have Terry's relationship
You're
hour.
gonna know shit about shit one day with all these hot babes checking you out.
All these babes. You gotta knock off your dick.
What the fuck does that mean?
What do you think it means?
Knock off your dick?
Yeah, they're all trying to fucking get up on it. I'm like, oh.
No, girls, cooties.
I thought you meant they were trying to knock off. And I was like, what does that mean?
Oh, that means when you fucking just grab it and slap it around a bit.
Yeah. Like a ketchup bottle.
Ow.
Oh, no.
Have you
No.
guys seen that? There was a thing that was like, it was a guy and a girl at a party, and the guy was just like, all right, just give me a hand job. And the girl's like, I've never given one before. And he's like, just do it. Come on. He's just like pouring out ketchup. And she was like, okay.
That's painful.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like a good time.
Stop. You're making me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
This is the positivity hour. We
Yeah,
don't talk
positive
about
energy.
Positive, that's how you give a hand job.
You got it. I want to shout out these fucking eggs that I've been making these last few weeks.
eggs.
They're over easy eggs, and as soon as you crack them, you mix a bit of Frank's hot sauce in them, a little bit of salt and pepper. Fucking great. If I do it just right and I can sort of cook the yolk but have a little bit of runny, that's like fucking
I gotta really
top-notch,
congratulate you on being able to make any kind of eggs but scrambled, because that's the only kind of egg I
Yeah,
can
me
make.
too.
No, listen, they are not appealing looking. They do look like
They don't look good. but
Like
they
my
taste
sister,
amazing.
my sister's a fucking moron. I almost said the R word, and I would like to apologize for my thoughts.
I appreciate that a lot.
It's because like depending on who I'm talking to, I do speak way worse. So,
Oh, absolutely.
anyway, she's a moron. She's a complete imbecile, and so she was trying to convince everyone in our house that chicken eggs are just like human periods, and it's like it's not quite the same. But these eggs I make do look like if chicken eggs were human periods. Like,
Why is it red?
it's like they're red, they're messy. I'm not very good at making eggs, so they do always get kind of fucked up, but they taste good. And they have it's like the trick is you don't put too much hot sauce in them, because then it kind of overpowers the egg. It's just a little bit of sprinkle that you kind of do like around the yolk area.
Now I'm the dumbo. How are they not? How are they not the same? Like they're just unfertilized eggs. That's what human periods are.
Because it's just
You
like the function of a
release an
chicken and the
unfertilized
function of a
egg.
human is different.
I mean, yeah, there's not going to be any blood with the
Because
chicken.
humans aren't poultry, and we don't lay
It's true.
eggs.
Yeah,
But I
you
mean-
don't sit there and squat down and be like,
Yeah, no.
egg.
But I don't think it's a very far stretch to compare
It's not a
chicken's
far stretch,
eggs.
but they're not the same.
Yeah, it's far
That's
from the
true.
same.
I just think you're basically just getting rid of two unfertilized eggs. One is way more painful
Yeah,
than the
but
other.
one's a bird and one's a human. One's a
true.
bird and one's a mammal, so it's like it's the general function
There's
is different.
science that we can
Yeah.
get into.
I'm glad you don't ask any further questions, because that's about as surface level as I know. I just know in my heart of hearts they're different, because birds and humans are not the same.
They're not?
But no,
Birds don't have titties.
birds ain't got no titties.
That's
That's
what
right.
makes them different.
They got breasts, but they don't got titties. You know what I mean?
God.
Oh, yes, indubitably.
Indubitably.
Breakfast foods are just my shit. I can go
Yeah,
ham
I
on
like
breakfast foods.
that's the worst thing. I shouldn't be talking about the worst thing. Positive
It's
energy.
the best thing.
The worst thing about this excellent diet that I've been on
Excellent.
is the fact that I really can't eat most like of the delicious breakfast foods. I can't have pancakes, too many carbs. Can't have fucking waffles, too many carbs. Can't have but luckily I can't have like bacon and sausage and eggs. What else is there? Crepes. Can't have crepes.
Crepes. Ham. My favorite breakfast food. I go ham. I think I've only had a crepe once in my entire life.
I don't
It
think
was
I've ever
not-
had it.
Wasn't my favorite breakfast
No.
food in the
But
world.
it's just like
Isn't it just like a lot of
thin-
whipped cream?
It's like, no, it's like thin,
It's supposed to
sad
be like-
pancakes.
Yeah, it's like a weird pancake with stuffing.
Yeah.
But it's folded.
Yeah.
It's really weird because I had it on accident.
Wait, what am I thinking of?
You're
I don't
thinking of a cannoli.
No. It's like you layer it, right? Like a bunch of what is it?
Yeah, it's like you take it and you fold it over like a
Lasagna.
weird pillow. It's like a lasagna, but with
Yeah, with pancake
pancakes
stuff.
and weird shit in the middle.
Yeah, okay, I'm thinking of the right thing. The really thin one.
Yeah. It's not good. At least the one I had wasn't great.
No, the one I had wasn't great either.
Maybe I was thinking a lot of whipped cream because I watched this one video where somebody made a crepe cake.
Yeah, breakfast food's like my jam. Like
Mhm.
y'all, I think it's just a southern thing. Like Cracker Barrel. Is that
Yeah,
what
no,
it is?
Don't know what that is.
Okay, it's the most fantastic restaurant chain in the world, and they do all day breakfast. And it's like real home cooked breakfast. The pancakes are like the best pancakes you'll ever have in your life. And they have a hash brown casserole that's fucking bomb. Ugh, I'm hungry. I want breakfast foods.
Literally always. And like, oh yeah, my the saddest thing about this diet.
Not sad.
That's
happiest.
good because it's healthy. Is the fact that I can't have cereal anymore either. I fucking love cereal. Too many carbs and that the biggest thing is actually there's just so
wonder
much
you're so
fucking
sad.
sugar and so much shit. And
Yeah.
sugar is a negative thing, so we're cutting it out of this episode. No sugar.
Cutting it out. Hard cut.
Oh, speaking of cutting, good cutting, by the way. Positive.
Oh,
cutting.
God.
Editing cutting.
Oh, okay.
Editing cutting. I think I have my favorite editing joke because I don't know how many. I don't make many, but I had my favorite editing joke in the last episode because Maya, you were talking about how you're being really nice, talking about how good of an editor I was. So then immediately after that, I had a bunch of really shitty edits, like I cutting off words and like blacking the video out and everything, and it's like only no one will probably.
Nobody's gonna get it, but yeah.
Obviously, if you're just listening, you're never gonna realize. Well, actually, you would sort of realize because as I was saying thank you, I cut myself off. I was like,
It's our good edit boy.
yeah. So I've been doing this thing lately where I wake up with my shirt around my neck, like basically sleeves off, everything off, and just kind of like bunched up around my neck. I know I'm doing this. It's here. It's all bunched up here, and my underwear is nowhere to be found.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh.
I said.
I don't need you to
I
repeat.
sometimes wake
again.
up with my shirt completely around my neck, my arms out of the sleeves, and my underwear is missing.
Nowhere to be found.
The real question, are there pants? Is it just like you
No.
took your pants off, took
No,
your underwear
no,
off,
no.
flung them across the...
No, I don't wear pants to bed, and
Okay.
Smart.
so like, and because I have a shitload of blankets, they just and I
Right.
kick and flutter and fucking roll around a bunch. So at some point in the night, all the clothes are coming off, but I couldn't be
Absolutely.
bothered to get the shirt off my head, and at some point, and the underwear got mixed into the blanket. So every morning I'm waking up and I'm digging through my
Doing
blankets,
a fucking scavenger hunt.
completely fucking naked. Like, where the fuck is my underwear? And like, I really have to pee, but I'm not leaving my room without fucking underwear on.
So you get a bathrobe.
I don't. We were talking about this last episode. I don't know if we all, at least me and Maya like wearing underwear.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
Yeah,
love
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy wearing underwear. I
except
can't
you
complain
mentioned
about
last
it.
episode that you don't if you're wearing like you enjoy being naked and you don't when you're wearing a bathrobe.
The fuck was I talking about? I wear
I don't
underwear all the time.
You were like, hell yeah, I love being naked.
I mean, it's all right, but
Maybe I'm overhyping it, but you seem real gung ho about it.
I probably was. It's entirely possible. Last week was a bad week.
Clearly, bad week equates to loving being naked. Maybe that's why you
Obviously.
wake up naked. You just had a continuous bad week.
Maybe.
Your brain just like naked time, naked time, naked time.
You gotta go back and be tribal.
What's so weird is like the only way I can think of it, it's like I use my arms to pull my underwear down over my feet and all that, take them off, and then they just kind of get left there and mixed in with all the other blankets. Like, but I would have I'm not, my arms aren't that long, so I have to probably get up and kind of lean over and fucking pull them off. But then I couldn't be bothered to fully take my shirt off. That's kind of weird, right?
Maybe because it has to go around your head. Maybe that's why.
I guess.
It's a comfort mechanism.
I don't know. But it's good that it's happened on days when I'm getting up on my own, because like on days off
Yeah,
and
because
stuff,
that would be
my
real
mom,
bad.
every single day I have off, I sleep in really late, and my mom has to come wake me up. And so if she comes in, and I'm sitting there fucking completely naked. It's not a fun time if you're a mother.
No.
Oh, and no. Okay, fuck. I started the sentence, so I have to continue it now. I hate when I do this. I don't hate anything.
Everything
Positive
is great.
energy. But back to the other cutting. I mean, there is that whole thing that no one knows about. So like that would also not be a fun thing just to wake up to. Be like, hey, by the way, it's 12:30. What's all of your arms? And I'd be like, the cat. I don't know.
Fucking cat. You just fling it up.
Fucking cat. But hey,
Love the cat. The cat is great.
the cat is little and alive.
And he's cute. Your
As
kid is
far
so
as you
cute.
know.
Positive energy. I shouldn't have brought up that fucking
Great animal.
the animal that is alive in our house.
That makes it sound more ominous, like you're trying to prove
It's not alive.
It's very alive. The cat is definitely alive.
The fact that it's alive is the only positive thing I can say about this fucking cat that I hate so much. Positive energy.
Listen. All right, positive energy can only get you so far as long as you're being sincere about it.
My face hurts.
So if you're being like, I hate everything,
listen.
I don't hate everything.
As
That's not sincere.
as the first fucking hour of the show proved, there's no positives going on. I have to make them up. That's the only thing. It's my only
Scapegoat.
not even scapegoat. Just only way to not make everyone fucking cry again.
Am I ever gonna live that down? The fact that I cried on stream?
No,
Podcast?
because it's one of these weird things that like it's like you were saying. I appreciate that you cared enough about me to cry about it. But I feel so bad that you cried about it. So it's a weird thing that I'm gonna keep bringing up because I just can't. I don't know how to process it.
Feel bad about it.
I feel terrible.
Simple as that.
I shouldn't. I mean, you shouldn't feel good about making people fucking cry.
To be fair, I did it to myself though.
No, you didn't. I was fucking ranting and raving about all this shit.
No. It's because I was like thinking of that
Shit I was talking about.
Of the big sad.
But if you actually went through with it,
So what I was talking
did
about.
it to myself.
Yeah, no, I did it. Listen,
Terry,
just because I'm a big
positivity.
Sad boy, just because I'm a big sad boy doesn't mean I have no blame in any of this. It was my fault, and that is okay. I want to guess. No, listen. Okay, this bit we can cut out. We can bleep names or whatever. I don't give a shit. This is just for me. I want to guess. I want to guess your parents' names.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't have
So,
to cut. You don't have to cut anything out.
Okay.
No, I want you to. I want you to guess.
I don't know what you want for the privacy of your parents. This is just something I thought about.
I'll
the
give
other
their
night.
social security numbers out. I don't care.
So
I'm fine with you guessing my parents' name because like my last name isn't known on the internet.
that's true. Yeah,
That's why I'm fine with it.
It's Maya won't tell us her last
And I don't have to
name.
worry about it either because like
German.
someone's gonna be like, "Oh, it's a Johnson." That's gonna be really hard to fucking find. So Maya, I think your mom is named Sue, and I think
Okay.
your dad is named Charlie.
All right.
Charlie. Not
Do you want
Charles,
me to tell you?
but
Do you want me to
Charlie.
tell you if you're right or wrong?
Yeah, but don't tell me
You're
the
wrong.
actual answers yet. I'm wrong about
You're
both.
very wrong.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Do you know what my brother's name is?
Stuart.
Okay. No, you know.
idea.
Stuart. Charlie and his boy Stuart.
and Maya.
And
Yeah,
Maya.
Chris, I gotta admit, I also think your mom is named Sue,
Not at all correct.
and I think your dad is Tony.
Also not at all
Fuck.
correct. Although coincidentally, I have two friends I have a friend of mine who's got a mother named Sue and another friend of mine whose dad's name is Tony.
Oh, so my psychic connection, I was getting there.
So you are close.
I don't know a Sue or a Tony. Or I'm sorry, I don't know a Sue or a Charlie at all.
Fuck. Okay, so I wasn't there with you.
You're very hung up on Sue though.
There's some Sue somewhere, I swear. Maybe Kit's mom is named Sue.
If you knew my brother's name, it would give you a hint to my dad's name, but
Is he
you
a
don't know
junior?
my brother's name. No.
Oh.
Glorp.
Yep. That's it. That's my brother. My brother
Glorp and Maya.
It's spelled Tyler, but it's pronounced Galorp. Tyler's not my brother's name, by the way.
It's foreign.
Okay.
I think I've said my mom's name before. I think I've told you it.
Kathy.
No.
Fuck. I have no idea. Sue, I was so sure about that somebody here was going to be named Sue.
I'll give you another hint.
Okay.
I have a coworker that has the same name as my mom, and she trained me.
Oh. I remember who trained
Let
you.
me just pull up my Rolodex of Maya's coworkers.
I do have a few. I know I do have a few of them. That's the thing.
I know Terry pays attention. Terry's a good listener.
The only one I could think of that is like older than you, because like I know you're all your friends, but they wouldn't have trained you. So
true.
the only like adult lady is Kayla, right?
No, Kayla's one of my friends.
Fuck. Damn it. Okay, I have no
Well,
idea. Then.
I consider my trainer my friend. Like I thought we talk a lot.
But she is like not like your age, right?
No. She's like 50
Okay.
something.
Okay. Yeah. So I was on the right track then. Okay. I wasn't
But
completely
Kayla's
wrong.
19. So Kayla's way closer to my age than I almost said her name. My trainer.
But I wasn't like horribly far off.
No, you weren't horribly far. And I'm glad that you can remember Kayla. I'm glad that you remembered any of the names.
Yeah. I fucking listen. Unlike somebody here.
There's
What's okay? I'm curious. Do you know her best friend's name? Because she does talk about her all the time.
I've mentioned my best friend in this podcast several
is
times.
that Madeline?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I do talk about Madeline a lot, don't I?
It's entirely possible that the only reason I remember that also is because I also know someone named Madeline.
Can you name any of the other friends that I have in my friend group? Because I've definitely named them all.
Ben.
Yes.
Glorp.
Good old Glorp.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to your dad for a second. Your dad is named. I just said fuck. That's not a name.
Your dad's name is Fuck.
His name, because it's like, hi, my name is, and this is my daughter Maya and my son Florp.
And my son Glorp.
Like I said, because I think I've said my brother's name before. If you can remember what my brother's name is, But I haven't said
can't.
his name in a while. My brother's name is a big hint to what my dad's name is. And he's not a junior.
But he's not a junior, so that seems weird.
Senior.
Yeah, the son's senior.
George Bush.
It's my dad's name, but with added letters at the end. That should be a huge hint.
I have no idea what your brother's name is, though.
Yeah, but how many names can there be where two different names and one is the same name as before, but added letters on?
A lot.
I have no idea. I can't think of one, honestly.
My brother's name is one of the main characters of Detroit Become Human.
I don't know. I don't know.
You
that
didn't watch
any-
it? Fine.
I don't even know what the fuck that
All right, your brother's name. No, I can't even guess your brother because I don't know what letters could be added on to make another name.
Okay, I'll give you a bigger hint. My mom likes to refer to my dad, my brother, and I, the spin-off show of My Brother, and Me. My mom likes to refer to us as Triple M.
It does narrow it down. Okay.
Michael.
No, that's a good guess. My dad is my kid. What?
Munchkin.
Kid is my dad.
Kid is your dad.
Marvin.
Nope. But close.
Murgatroyd.
You've got 3 letters.
Mark?
Yes.
Markle.
Wait, who's Mark?
Can you take anything away from Mark and have it be a name?
We have
Mark. You got me there. So your brother is Mark.
No, my dad is Mark.
Wait, I thought you said your dad was 3 letters.
I think it's flip that, reverse it. I also got
Yeah,
confused.
my brother's name is Mark, but added a few letters.
So your brother's Marcus.
Yes.
I didn't
Except
know
with
that.
the K,
Jesus.
it's a C.
And so your dad's Mark. Okay.
So we got Mark, Maya, Marcus. Or as my brother likes to say it, Mark, Marcus, Maya. Because I'm the youngest.
You are.
That does kind of flow better though.
Yeah, Mark,
Yeah.
Marcus, Maya.
Mark
Yeah.
Marcus. Yeah.
Marcus.
Sounds like a dog barking. Mark, Marcus.
Okay. Which makes your Maya, your mom.
Makes you Maya.
Holy shit, I'm Maya.
Cracked that mystery wide open. So, I want to say your mammy's name is
Deborah.
No? But
Really?
You're on the right track.
Dirk.
It is D.
It has a D.
It has a D. You could actually say that that's her nickname. Her nickname is D.
Deandra.
No.
Oh, so your mom's not a big stupid bird.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Did you just say my mom's stupid bird?
Your mom's not a big stupid bird.
Oh, okay.
Dandruff.
Dandruff, yeah.
Digbert.
That's her name. Oh my god, I'm gonna name my child. If I ever have a child, I'm naming it Digbert.
But wait, what's it going to be short for then?
It's not gonna be short for anything. It's just Digbert.
Oh, so
That's
this one's getting especially tortured, unlike the other ones. Who
Exactly.
can hide behind their names.
Exactly.
This,
I-
this kid's born, you're like, fuck you, Digbert. You toss it on the floor.
Digbert Glorp.
Yes.
And it's spelled all with 4s. And how do you spell Digbert Glorp? And mine is like 17 number 4s.
And the last
Four,
name
four,
is
four,
all
four, four.
screaming.
Digbert Glorp Lucas.
Lucas.
Lucas is another really good name. I don't know why I've been like thinking of a lot of names. All right, here's a weird side note. I've been thinking of what I would name children if I had them. I don't even have the desire to have children. But like, I think if I had a daughter, I'd probably name her Rose just because I love roses.
I do that weird thing too. Except, I mean, I just think about the fact that, like, I'm like, no, I don't ever want kids. But if I did, I'd want a daughter. I don't know why I have that preference, but
Yeah, it's weird because like I have no desire to have children. I've expressed this on multiple occasions where I just don't want kids. I'd be open to adopting. I just don't want to have children.
Just don't want to bear children. I wanted to
Exactly.
skip that like first 4 or 5 years of screaming. Get me back, because I was thinking about that today. Sidebar from this, because I actually, this is a topic I want to talk about, because I was at work today and I was doing something. I was standing out on the sales floor working on a register, or I was walking someone through doing something, and there was this woman there with this newborn infant child that would not stop screaming. And I'm not talking like crying. I'm talking like ear-piercing screaming. And the woman behind the register the whole time was like, "Oh, he's so sweet." And I'm sitting there like, what part of this is hard? I know we're supposed to be positive, but my
and
God.
I was thinking that the whole time you were saying that.
I know we're supposed to be positive, but my God, come on.
No, like I have noticed maybe my mom was right. Maybe it is like once you reach a certain age, your opinion on having a child changes. Because whenever I'm at work and I see a baby, and I love the baby so much, even if they're screaming. I think the real reason my Discord is so delayed right now. Chris is currently talking in slow motion. I'm sorry if I'm cutting anybody off, but I can't hear anything and that everything's frozen.
I didn't have the same thing, but there was a minute there where Terry was like...
To be fair, that was just me sitting here.
But yeah, and like the one thing that I'm like, okay, I would actually have a child for this. That whenever I see a kid and the kid is crying in my line, and then I like smile at the baby, and the baby stops crying and it starts smiling at me, it makes me so happy. I
just
love.
imagine if that child's name was Digbert.
I know Digbert would be great. Digbert Nelson, like my favorite dog.
Digbert Nelson.
God, that kid would hate his life.
Oh, I think he'd have a good reason to kill himself. No, positive energy.
The glorious child of GoBicker, Digbert Nelson Glorp. Screaming noises.
Born with a noose around his neck.
Born
Positive fucking energy. Boy,
My brother was technically born with a noose around his neck because the umbilical cord was just all wrapped up on there.
My sister had the same thing.
His face was gray when it came out.
Jesus.
But he lived, so it's all good. And then he had jaundice. Actually, no, I think that's my cousin.
It's all good because he got jaundice.
He's got jaundice.
I have hemorrhoids.
Fucking think about that vine. I think every day.
Dude,
I think every day I go, actually, Megan?
I have hemorrhoids. Okay, there's been this one thing that for like the last month, I want to say, every single day, nonstop, I always think about it. And I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but it's a guy, and he goes, "It's something about you, girl. You just make my head wanna twirl." And he sings the entire song like that. And while I was taking a test yesterday in calculus, I was like doing hard math stuff, and then in my brain I was just like, "Something about you, girl. You just make my head wanna twirl." Like every day, nonstop. It just it keeps coming.
What's your mom's name, Maya?
Is it
Starts with a D.
Denise? Is it Denise?
No, just rapid fire D names.
Dharma.
No, but closer. It's closer than Denise.
DARPA.
No,
Darnell.
no.
DACA.
Are we close to the DA?
DAR.
Darlene.
Yeah.
Is that a name?
Really?
Yeah, my mom's name is Darlene.
Darlene. What a good name. I knew someone in college named Darlene. She was like a very overweight 40-year-old redneck lady.
That sounds like a Darlene. Yeah.
How dare you diss my mother's name?
Darlene.
Listen, and I'm giving a roundabout compliment saying that your mom isn't a severely overweight redneck lady in college.
Your mom is a shining example of the name Darlene. This woman I knew in college was not.
Not a good lady. So that's my family names. Chris.
So Christopher.
Is your mom's name Carol?
Nope. But that is also another name of a parent of a friend of mine.
What are some southern names?
Buchanan.
Mary?
Yes,
Is
my
Mary
mother's
one
name
of
is
them?
Oh, is it one of these like Mary Beth, Mary Ann, Mary Sue?
My mom's from California.
California
So
names.
is her name
all right,
like-
all right.
Bruh.
Star power.
Is your mom's name Jennifer? Is your mom's
No,
name
but
Jessica?
I have a cousin named Jennifer. Oh my
Is your mom's name
God.
Jessica?
No.
Are we close?
No.
Is it Janet?
You're 3 letters off.
Oh,
What 3 letters?
2 letters.
Jane?
Nope, on the first letter. Go forward. Keep going forward up the alphabet.
Bannet.
You're going too far. Too far.
You went to B's.
You
Xanet.
slammed it in reverse. You need to go forward. Put it in drive. Creep it forward.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Janet.
Damn it.
Lynette?
You're close.
Can it.
Maya was close.
Fan it.
Terry,
Bop
you're
it.
getting further.
Is an
Twist
L
it.
correct?
Yes, it's
Pull
L.
it. Bop it.
Is it Lois?
No.
No, because that's not close to
Is it Lewis?
Janet.
Lois.
Lynette. It's not Lynette. It's
That was close.
Lynette is close.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Lenny.
Yes. My mother's name is Arthur Morgan, shouting Lenny.
Yeah. Specifically Arthur Morgan.
Yeah.
I really want to play that game again.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Fuck. I don't know anything that's close to Lynette. How many letters off from Lynette are we?
How do you spell Lynette is the question.
Lanet.
Okay, never mind. It sounds close, but it's not phonetically close. There's phonetics? Phonetic is like...
How you say it.
Yeah, phonetics is how you say it. It's not like spelling close, but it's phonetically close, kind of, sort of.
And it starts with an L.
It does? Okay. Lorraine. Fuck.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. That's not right, but it's a good one.
How about Lurg?
You're kind of getting close there at the start.
It's Zurg's wife from Toy Story.
Yes.
Does it go L-A? L-Y? Lydia?
Lynn.
Lynn?
There you go.
Ah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, technically, that's the name she goes by, like her legal first name. I doubt y'all will ever get.
Lynn is married, I assume, to
Yes.
Richard.
No.
Randy.
No, it's not in our
Ricardo.
name.
Fuck.
It's not in our name. Ricardo.
Arthur.
Tyler. Tyson. Tyson Chicken Nugget.
He's not married to a nugget.
Caesar.
Bartholomew.
Daniel.
Arnold.
Yes.
Daniel? Oh, damn.
Fuck yeah.
Can I call your dad Arnold?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Because you're definitely gonna meet him.
Yeah.
At our wedding.
Wait a minute.
I can't wait for Daniel to be my father-in-law.
Oh God.
Do I get to be the ring bearer?
No, you're gonna be the ring bearer. I want you to dress up as a bear.
Yes!
Fuck yeah, that'd be great.
I'm gonna be a furry at your wedding.
Yes, please. Oh, that's right. You're gonna make Kit mad. Someone have to invite Kit.
Ugh.
And he wants to be the
Which
resident
means we're
furry.
gonna have to do it in Texas because Kit's not coming anywhere other than Texas.
I bet you know what? He definitely would. Like, if you got
For
married,
your
you're like, hey,
wedding,
kid,
yeah.
he would definitely go. He would spend all that.
I'd send Kit a wedding invitation.
Oh, especially if
Obviously,
it's both of you.
I mean, like, actually, when Chris gets married.
Yeah, I'm sorry to break your heart, Maya.
you telling me you guys aren't getting married?
No, I'm sorry.
But dads.
Oh God.
I meant to bring it up. I don't think I did. I think it's funny that the last episode Kit was on was titled Kit Quits. And we're like, haha, it's just clickbait. And then he just hasn't been able to make it again.
That's good.
So, luckily, hopefully we'll be able to get that boy back soon because my schedule's supposed to go back to normal after fucking
Yeah.
next week.
Hopefully.
So hopefully we can get that boy back because I miss my boy.
Okay, so if we had a fan that made a wiki page, right, about us, and we had like a family dynamic, I personally think you two would be the gay dads, right? Kit would be the old grandpa that's
I feel like Kit is like the actual dad. We're like,
Kit's like the actual dad.
and Chris is his son. I'm the boyfriend.
Then what am I? Because in my headcanon,
You're the baby.
the baby. In my headcanon, you two were gay dads, and I was your troublesome adopted child, and Kit was one of your fathers. I think Kit would be Chris's dad.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
I
Chris.
call Kit
yeah.
daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, clearly you also call Terry daddy.
I call a lot of people daddy.
I feel like your mom's name would be Lynette.
You are stuck on Lynette.
I'm stuck on Lynette, dude.
You have told me your parents' names too. You're a junior, so your dad's name is Terry. I know that much.
Okay, there you go.
I didn't know
yeah.
you were a junior.
Wow. Man.
Actually, no, I do. No,
Terry's a junior. I'm gonna start calling him Junior on the podcast.
Please don't.
yeah, that's what reminded me, because I was like, why haven't we started calling him Junior? And then I remembered, Chris
Junior.
did want to call him Junior. So yeah, okay, I remember.
Hey, Junior. Your mom's name also Terry.
Is your mom's name Cherry?
No, they don't rhyme.
Is your mom's name Carol?
No.
I don't know why this popped in my head, but Medusa?
No.
Medusa and Terry. Gwendolyn.
No.
Gertrude?
No. I'm wondering how. Okay, this probably doesn't narrow it down as much as I'm thinking it does, but it's one of these names that has like a full version and a version that's generally shortened down to.
Elizabeth.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my mom's name. Cuck.
Cock.
Cock.
Is it Danielle?
No.
No, because it's sometimes short to Danny.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair guess, but no, it's not correct.
Give us a ballpark.
It's the top half of the alphabet.
Abigail.
Yep.
Oh!
Oh shit.
Abby and Terry. AT&T.
Yeah, you got it. So there we go. That's the parent.
Those are the parents of the Bixters. Except Kit. We gotta get Kit on to do this for Kit. Kit has like 70 different kinds of parents, doesn't he?
What?
Isn't it like
Yeah,
he's got
he
a
kinda went
dad and he's
over
got
it.
2 moms?
Yeah. I want to talk about some shit I've liked looking at over the last, I don't know, however long since I wrote this down. It's funny that I decided to do all this fucking positive energy shit because it's just I think, well, some of them are a little positive, but like also like because they're poking fun at other people. But the people they're poking fun at is fine because they're kind of pieces of shit. But anyway, I'll start off with the Twitter no context boomer, where they take old people Facebook memes and they crop them, and so
I love that.
they're I should have wrote down an example because a lot of them are really funny. But just I think it should. You know what? I have the internet. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Oh fuck.
And give you an example.
Old people Facebook is one of my favorite subreddits.
Yeah, their pinned tweet is a cropped image of Clint Eastwood saying, "I'd wipe my ass." Another one. It's a old timey picture of this dad spanking his son, and it just says "Make America Great Again" at the top. A picture of Chuck Norris that just says "I eat soup." So, and they're all like this. It's
soup.
It's very good. There's a picture of Trump, like peeking over the corner of the image, and it looks like the wall being built, and it just says "Good morning, liberals." So it's very good, very funny. Would follow on Twitter. All the rest of them I have are subreddits. Next up, r/Grandpa Joe hate. So
I've seen that one.
It's a subreddit devoted to hating Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because, if we're gonna be honest with ourselves, he's a piece of shit.
So horrible.
He spends 20 years or whatever laying in bed, spending all their money on tobacco, and then as soon as Charlie comes in with this magic opportunity to go visit the candy factory, he leaps up out of bed and he can walk again. So he's a sack of shit. So it's a subreddit full of memes just shitting all over Grandpa Joe, and it's great. Next up, incel tears. I just like, it's kind of a sad group of people who it's like they take my problems, but then they blame women for it.
Yeah, I have absolutely no sympathy for incels at all.
No, not even a little bit. So, incel tears, just good memes about these sad boys who are just pieces of shit oftentimes.
Yeah, if you ever feel sad, just remember you're not an incel.
Yeah.
No, seriously, yeah, that is something. Like, I look at some of these subreddits like incel tears, I'm like, well, could be worse.
At least you don't hate women.
Yeah, that's like, I realize.
At least you tolerate Maya.
I can, tolerate. That's about it. Positive energy. I'm aware of things. I'm an asshole, but in different ways. Next up, gamers rise up.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm not.
Text.
I don't completely get it.
No, I don't either.
But I thought they were really funny. Like I just sorted by top of all time and was going through them at work one day, and I didn't like. They're just so good, and it's just dumb shit. Like people just shoving Heath Ledger's Joker in places, and gamers rising up and all this weird shit.
Very
that's like
racist.
It would be cringy elsewhere, but because it's like this curated memery
shit box,
if you will.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's really funny. And then definitely the most positive one that I wasn't expecting, because like I found it while off being a pervert, disappointing God. But like r/sex is like a really, really good subreddit. It's like a bunch of really positive people saying really positive things and just being cool with each other. Like people come there. But they'll arrive there with their problems, or they'll just be like, hey, I just want to let you know you're worth it, type of things. And it's just like, it's a really good place. So it's like Kit's drunk rant from the end of episode 3 of Unhappy Hour, but it's like, it's sober strangers and they know how to like spill shit.
Poor Kit.
Yeah.
Can we talk about whatever it was that he just chucked at the fucking fucking chat the other day.
Well, which thing? I don't even know.
It was like
It was
when we
the
were talking
thing
about
that-
scheduling it, and he just sent like 10 words.
Hold on,
Oh,
let me
yeah,
see if
he's
I
like-
can find it.
Yeah, it was something along the lines of like, I
He
can
said-
do Friday and Thursday, but not Friday.
He says, and I quote, "Oh, can do tomorrow before Friday and to Tuesday, but not Friday."
I'm still not exactly sure what point he was trying to make.
He said
No,
he.
that's- I was staring at it like, what is he?
Yeah.
I normally, if I can just replace one word, I can get it. But that time, I just had no idea.
He
It
said,
was-
"I can do tomorrow and Thursday before 8 p.m., but cannot do Friday." That's what he meant to say.
Yeah, and just totally did not come out that way.
Yeah, no.
He's ooh, that boy sends some fun stuff sometimes.
But so another thing I learned though on r/sex, I had no idea, not even the slightest remotest littlest clue that girls were self-conscious about their vaginas.
Yeah?
I had no idea. I'm like, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
vagina. Who cares? Everyone, they all look great. I had no idea people
No,
had
there's,
any
like-
issues with them.
There's like so many things that you can be like self-conscious about. Like some people have like really long lips on their vaginas. Like a girl, one thing that girls are really self-conscious about is whether or not they're quote unquote tight. Like,
Oh,
yeah, no, it's like there is a surgery that girls get to like make their vagina tighter.
I see. I had no idea about any of that. Like, you know,
no.
I knew about dicks, tits, asses, and all that shit, but never heard anything about vaginas. And also, I see all these threads, like, you know, people being like, you know, it's ladies, your vaginas are fine. I'm like, yeah, I've never once thought about it, like,
Your
at all.
puss is excellent.
And also, yeah, and just yeah, general other body positivity stuff is there as well. So
Thinking about it now, I think the thing that girls are most self-conscious about when in relation to their vagina is probably how tight it is, because it's like,
I feel like I've only ever heard like shitty guys complaining about that though.
Yeah.
no, like it's like a thing that because like shitty guys will complain about it, like then it's just like immediately, oh, we're gonna get self-conscious about it now,
Yeah.
because it's like there's this misconception that the more sex you have, the looser it will be, but
Yeah.
that's not true, because it's supposed to not be very tight, otherwise she's not aroused,
People are stupid.
unless you've got like just like a fucking monster dog. Then I don't know how like ready she can get for that.
No.
Monster dog.
If it's got like a fucking 4-inch diameter, like,
Oh God.
yeah, that's a lot, dude. I don't know if anybody will ever be ready for that.
How big is a 4-inch diameter? I don't even know.
Is the diameter the halfway or the whole way?
The whole way.
Because I'm bad at math.
The
Oh,
4-inch,
oh.
the diameter is the whole way.
Like this cup's got to be like 3 inches, I think. I don't know. I
In
don't
diameter,
know.
yeah, probably.
4 inches. Holy fuck.
Yeah, in diameter.
Now imagine that inside of you.
I don't want to.
Yeah, that's actually the most interesting thing, because like I'll see different threads about people just trying to boost guys' self-esteem, because generally people don't worry about that, and people are like, yeah, trust me, big dicks not great, and it's like, yeah, a 4-inch diameter fucking thing, holy shit! And I mean,
Wait,
that's-
so which one
it's
is the 4
insane, but-
inches? Is it
4
the one
inches-
in between both of your hands? Okay, because I thought it was the other one, and I was like, what the fuck? 4
Yeah, no,
inches is
that's-
longer
That's
than
a
I
lot
thought.
of inches.
Yeah, I was like,
6
4
inches.
inches is way longer than I thought.
No.
Listen, I can tell you about 4 inches. That was a joke I shouldn't have made to a child.
I don't want to hear about 4 inches from you, please.
Oh boy.
Hard cut.
I think one really assuring thing that guys should know about is like, I don't think you need to have a pee-pee longer than a middle finger. You really don't. I don't think you need one longer than that.
Maya's love corner. Please go on.
Well, she does make a similar point that a lot of people made,
mean-
and it's weird because like I definitely have thought about this shit as a guy towards girls, where I'm like, I don't give a shit. I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's like a baseline attractiveness that like nearly nobody goes below, as far as I've seen.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much only people go up. It's like, and then and then you read all this shit about all this shit that girls are feeling about themselves. I'm like, oh yeah, I suppose inches. Yeah, I never thought about it, but I guess I get why they would think that. But no, I never thought about it. And then it's the exact same thing the other way. And I'm like, wait, we don't all need to be fucking yoked out, 6-pack, and like a 10-inch donger.
What a beer gut.
Yeah, it's
That's
yeah,
the thing.
shit like
Like,
that,
I
yeah.
don't think guys understand it. A lot of girls love chubby guys. Like, I don't know
Had
what
me
it
fooled.
is, but it's just like there's something about chubby guys where it's just like, you're adorable.
The line is, what is chubby and what is like
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of an instinctual thing you know person to person.
Yeah. I don't think there is like a definite answer to that.
No. It may, because people will carry the same weight differently.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and some people just like, some people have different body types. Like, one of my friends who's like 6'4", he does not look it, but he's like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
But since he's so like big and like he looks bulky, like strong, like I wouldn't like say he's overweight or anything.
Well, especially for that tall, he's probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's all like stretched out differently.
So it's one of these things. Apparently, none of us have fucking anything to be worried about because
we're all beautiful boys.
apparently.
Yeah. And anybody that does pay attention to all that shit, like whether or not you have six-pack abs, they're probably not the best person because they think of everything as like just vanity.
Right, yeah. And that's what all these threads are talking about. Yeah, it's like, there's a lot more to people than
just their appearance.
Being like a fucking goddess or god, you know?
Being a babe.
And I'm like, well, yeah, I know that about girls, but like, obviously that's not true about guys, but apparently fucking is.
I think it's like the rule of thumb. The more you can make them laugh, the more time they spend with their eyes closed.
Oh no, that's mean.
Positivity.
One time I saw this thing where it was like a key to a healthy relationship is you can make them laugh no matter what. And like it was just like an entire thread of people telling stories about people laughing during sex. Where it's just like, apparently, I don't know, this guy was like, him and his girlfriend were having sex, and he was really close to finishing, and he said something in like a Kermit voice, and it completely killed the mood for her, and he just like kind of stopped while they both laughed for a really long time, and then they went back at it, and they both
was
finished.
Was it an intentional Kermit voice?
Yeah, it was like he
Right,
intentionally,
baby.
out of nowhere, it was like, I'm gonna come.
Why would you do that? I mean, yeah, it's good. I appreciate
Why wouldn't
that.
you do that?
I appreciate that they both had a good laugh and they both eventually finished or whatever. But that seems like a weird decision to make. Maybe it's just one of these like intrusive thoughts that he just had but didn't filter out. So he just like, I'm gonna come in your vagina. I don't know I don't think Kermit laughs like that, but.
But I feel like you have a stable relationship if you can like stop midway of sex. Just like, I'm gonna come.
And it's unfortunate Kip isn't here, and he could probably still participate. But I had this idea, and I didn't include you in this, Maya. You're free to join us.
Okay.
Well, you're probably free to join us in like a week, actually. I'm not totally sure. But there's a subreddit r/rate me.
Yikes.
Oh God, I thought you said rape me for a second.
Oh,
I was like, what the?
yeah, I thought you
Rate.
said that too.
Rate.
With a T.
I know what
the
you're talking
T.
about.
Rate
r/rape me.
As in,
Enunciation.
judge me on a scale of 1 to 10.
r/rape.
I don't know if I would want to do that ever.
That's
in my
why
life.
That's why I didn't include you. I didn't think you would.
Yeah.
But I want to do a test. Me, you, and Kit. We see who's the hottest and who's the nottest.
I feel like that could leave with some hurt feelings, but I also really want to do
Exactly. That's exactly it.
yeah.
I want to know what people think of me, but I don't want to have hurt feelings.
it. That's it. I'm going on r/rape me. I want to know who the most beautiful boy of a GoBicker is.
Yeah, that's the thing. We'll do a test. If it goes positively, you'll join us.
Okay. I saw this one thing that was like, in order to... It was a really weird quote, but I really enjoyed it for some reason. It was like, the quote was, one of my friends came up with this fictional invention where there's an infinite staircase that goes down, or not infinite, there's a staircase that goes down to, and the deeper you go, the better compliments people think of you. But however, in order to get to that, you need to go through all of the bad things people think of you. And how far would you be able to go in order to get to the good stuff? I would like take one step and I'd cry and I'd leave. The first thing would probably be like, that girl's fucking fat and ugly, and I'd be like, ah!
There are too many beautiful people on the subreddit. I don't like it. We gotta get in there and.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why. That's another reason why I want to do it. There's too many just like they're like fucking supermodels. And they're like, I think I'm ugly, and it's like, no, you fucking don't. You know exactly the fucking response you're gonna fucking get.
Because there are some beautiful people on here, and I don't like it.
No,
Gotta get some average boys up in here.
right.
Let's do it. I'm down for that to be the next episode. The GoBicker beauty contest.
Yeah, I don't like this subreddit because there's a lot of very good-looking people.
Right. I mean, you'll fit right in, but.
Oh,
So did there? It was really good. See, you hear that?
I
It was
did.
good.
I
Yeah.
really like that.
Maya, do you take selfies and shit a lot?
No,
No?
Let me see when the last time I took one was.
Chris, do you?
Absolutely. You know me, dog. Always snapping them selfies.
I don't know how you guys live your
No.
fucking lives, okay?
No, I don't like my son's face.
I ask because we would have to take selfies, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
The last time I took a selfie was February because I was wearing a suit, and I thought I looked very mediocre, so I thought I would capture the moment.
The last time I took a selfie
Hey,
was...
wait, hold on, real quick.
Okay.
Positive energy, motherfucker.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was a beautiful boy, and I
Thank
thought
you.
I'd capture the moment forever.
Thank you.
The last time I took a selfie was after a concert, orchestra concert, not a fucking rock and roll concert, in December.
How have I taken a selfie sooner than the resident teenage girl? That doesn't sit right with me.
To be fair, when I take selfies, it takes a while because I want to get a good one, so I take a lot, and then I sort through all of them, and I get
Okay.
maybe 3.
That's interesting then. You do know what a good one looks like.
Yeah, because I've got bad angles.
Doubt it.
Yeah, finding the angle, especially with phone cameras,
Yeah, no. they
it's
can do
very
that.
hard to find.
I also have to work on
flattering
my
angle.
lighting. Like, I have to have
Yeah.
specific colors on my screen so that it creates a good hue on my face in my abyss.
Yeah, that's funny. Talking about lighting in your head, it's literally like
Exactly.
fuck, yeah.
That's why my Twitter profile picture is all pink, because I had a picture of a red block on my thing.
Why do you just live in a black abyss?
Because I like it dark. Here's an unrelated thing. I have my orchestra teacher called me out on it. I add a lot of syllables to things, and I didn't notice it until recently.
You
Dark
do.
is just one syllable, but I managed to break it up into 2. Dark.
I mean that does it for my notes. Do you guys have anything?
I never have any.
Are we? Did we finish the notes?
I mean, there's 2 topics still, but
Oh, okay. Here's a pro tip.
uh-huh.
Because I need to take it to heart myself. If you ever take a selfie that you like, don't keep looking at it, because you will always find stuff wrong with it. Because I hate my Twitter profile now, because I feel like my eye looks lopsided. Yeah.
Hold on.
But it isn't. I know it isn't, but
You
I
look
feel like it is.
just fine and dandy. Let me look.
And now it's like, no, I don't want the flowers. You're not lopsided. Yeah, you're fine. You really are a flower person. I never noticed
do,
that until
I
you pointed it
love
out today. Like,
flowers.
holy shit.
Yeah, my Facebook profile has flowers as a background, but those are roses.
Yeah, you look like a human being in that picture.
Yeah,
You don't-
no,
That's
you're
good.
no,
lopsided.
it's more than that. You're really really pretty, and it's sad that you have any insecurities about yourself either.
Squeak, squeak.
Shut up!
Sorry. Listen, it's me deflecting whenever I get complimented. Because I do appreciate it, but I don't know how to deal with it.
Fuck you, you're beautiful.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, do you say thank you when you get complimented? I don't know. It just
I have no
it
idea.
makes me feel awkward.
Yeah, I don't like compliments.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like everybody likes compliments. You just don't know what to do when you get them.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's not an issue I run into, so it's all right.
Fuck you,
Listen.
you're beautiful.
Positive energy.
Listen,
Fuck. It's
Terry,
really hard.
Terry, we were talking earlier about how much of a babe magnet you are.
But listen, magnets also go the other direction.
Yeah. Not everybody's going to be attractive to everybody. That's
Well, I
just the
know,
nature of
listen.
life.
There's.
I don't know what word you just said.
I'm just mumbling, going. I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the fact that there's nobody. But
Both Chris and I think you're attractive.
listen,
You can't say there's nobody.
There's at least 3 people in this call that would fuck you.
here's
Okay, I literally had to count because I was like, well, who's the third?
okay. Wait, all right, come on. Now I lost my train of thought too. Oh, of all the concerns I have about my life, I feel content giving up on the dating scene. Of all the things, that is like the thing I give a shit about the least, I think.
Well, I mean, like, that's understandable because if you look at the hierarchy of needs, it's at the very top.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're going to give up on that one first. You don't need that one.
Yeah, dating just kind of sucks.
I'll take your
I don't
word
think
for it.
Terry and I would
Positivity.
know.
Positivity. Dating sucks. But
Positive
positivity.
energy. If you didn't know, this is the most positive podcast on the internet. Not really, but kinda. And remember, of course, you can go to patreon.com/GoBicker and get shit like this early. So early, in fact, you can be watching it live as we record it. Or you can see the thing I was talking about in the middle of our little break here, because you'll get like a whole unedited version. And hear me pimping the Patreon to somebody who just happens to come across the unlisted video. But you didn't hear that from me, or you did. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, also go to gobicker.com/shop and/or store. Probably shop. It sounds better. And you can get shit like,
Store.
like this fucking
Stop.
t-shirt that I'm wearing right now.
Oh, shit!
And
I got one somewhere.
stickers and mugs and all sorts of fun shit like that. And it's just GoBicker.com in general, you know?
Stickers.
Like, and subscribe to the to the YouTube or your podcast service of choice. Leave positive ratings, all that shit. You know how it goes.
Give us a good review.
And now
go to r/rate me and rate us.
there you go. Yeah. Now we're gonna go into the post show, which is
My
Patreon
favorite.
exclusive. So
That's not true. The entire thing is my favorite.
until next time, positive energy.
E.